have you ever just been living your life and then accidentally caught a stray and you like, how did I catch this? Like, why did I catch this stray? I didn't even have anything to do. I'm gonna tell you this butterfly effect that you get. I don't even know who Austin Rivers is. I have no idea who this guy is.
Yes, I wanted to talk about this with you. Yes.
Who this guy is. All right. I have no idea. CJ, I'm minding my own business, bro. Just minding my own business. Just chilling. I hadn't bothered nobody, bro. And then boom, I get hit with this. But I'm not gonna let anything bother me or mess up my day.
Get hit with what? Get hit with what, DeAngelo? You don't think it's 30 dudes in the NBA who can play in the NFL?
Immediately transfer to the NFL.
Immediately.
Can you name 5 NBA players that you think could immediately transfer to the NFL? No. Exactly.
Because it's not just you think that it's about being big, physical, and tough, and it's not. Because Draymond Green is big and physical and
he
tough,
struggled
and
his
one
ass
of
off
the
at Michigan
most
State.
physical, one of the toughest, and he looked garbage in that spring
We've
game.
shown those highlights.
So here's my stance on it.
Okay.
There's been famous football players that have played basketball that have thrived in the NBA. I'll give you some names. Dennis Rodman, football player, playing basketball.
Are we back on Dennis Rodman?
Amari Stoudemire, football player, playing basketball. Dwight Howard, football player. You don't need a jumper. All you got to do is get to the basket and score points. That's what you name a basketball player. And when we talk about Wemby, when we talk about basketball players being athletic, we're saying that they're athletic in the game of basketball because when you're big like that or tall like that, you don't supposed to move in that. Move at that size. When we say somebody's athletic in football, we're saying that they can translate over other sports and still be successful. We're not saying that when we talk about basketball players because we know damn well that when basketball players step off that court, they immediately turn into Clark Kent. They're Superman on that hardwood, but they're Clark Kent off of it in all the other sports, unless they have a lot of time to pick up golf and then they may somewhat get good at golf. But other than that, basketball players, in my opinion, outside of playing basketball, they couldn't play any other sport.
I would argue that Tony Gonzalez and Antonio Gates are basketball players who are Hall of Famers or will be Hall of Famers one day. Wouldn't you?
You're calling them basketball players?
Were they not bad? They didn't play football. They played basketball in college and then made the transition over.
Hold on.
What are you talking about? Those are basketball players.
Are we talking about how are we categorizing basketball players in terms of profession? Are we saying basketball?
So what you see what I'm saying? You're saying NBA, you want NBA players to go from NBA to the NFL, not dudes who played college basketball and then went over and became NFL players. No. So you're just talking NBA to NFL. Got you.
Oh, is that not the argument?
Yes, that was Austin Rivers' argument.
Was that his argument?
Yes, it was that 30 NBA players right now could jump and make the transition to playing in the NFL, whereas 30 NFL players could not make the jump to play in the NBA.
First off, just from a number standpoint, that's bad because it's 50-some dudes on an NFL roster. Surely
a couple of them are multi-sport athletes.
Can do that, and versus 15 on NBA rosters, and there's 2 fewer teams. 1, 2.
Look.
Like it's not like you can just go out there and handle that type of physicality.
That's for me. It always goes to the toughness of it.
You can't. It's physical.
No.
I wanted to ask you that sometimes I feel.
You have to look at the villains. Look at the villains.
Okay.
Like who's the villain of the NBA?
Draymond
Green. That's their villain. Draymond Green. So that's essentially who one of our guys would have to come in and bully to get the respect that they need. Pick a guy. Pick a guy from any NFL team. Guys have to understand, man. NBA players are guys that didn't make it in the NFL.
What? What? What do you mean? You can't just throw that out there.
I throw it out there because you know how you see that meme once a year, every year. You can't say you don't see it. that says that the Oklahoma drill has made more basketball players than any drill imaginable. I always say I always say that the NBA is the NFL reject.
You're a hater, one, and that's 100%. Fine.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m.